go.
Hello guys, Mr. 99 here. It's going to be a Premier League prediction video. Now basically I'm going to predict where I believe the Premier League teams are going to finish this season, 2017. Now this is recorded on the 8th of August. Just in case you see this down the line, you think, what the hell have you put them there? And I've also done a little thing in there where I put key signings for the teams. And of course the transfer window isn't finished yet, so there's still some transfers which potentially could happen, which may not feature in this video. Just a little disclaimer. Hope you can smash the like button. That would be brilliant. Subscribe if you are new. And let's get straight into this. Thank you very much. We're going to start off with the bottom team for the season. And unfortunately, it's going to be Huddersfield. Now, I'm a Leeds fan, as you can see by the border behind me. But that isn't the reason why I put Huddersfield at the bottom. Obviously, not keen on them personally. But I don't think they are going to do well in the Premier League. You know, it'd be nice if they could somehow have some good games. They've made some good signings. You see, a key player I put personally is Tom Ince. They have bought a number of decent players. The likes of, they bought a striker from Porto, I do believe, Belgian. And there's a couple of other good players they've signed. They signed that centre-back Jorgensen or something he's called. He could potentially be a good player, but not players which have been proven in the Premier League just yet. So maybe Tom Ince. I thought he's always looked good in the Championship. He's one of them players who looks good in the Championship, but I don't know what he's going to be like in the Premier League. I think he had one stint in the Premier League with one club. I can't remember when it was. I don't know if he did too well, but who knows? Tom Ince for Huddersfield. Let's see what happens. I believe they will finish bottom. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree or disagree. Second bottom, unfortunately, another promoted team. I do believe Brighton may not have enough. I enjoyed watching Brighton last season. I actually went to the Leeds-Brighton game at Ellen Road, where Leeds won 2-0. Chris Wood with an absolute beauty header and then a penalty. I was absolutely amazing. That was when Leeds had a chance at the playoffs still, and that was a massive win for us. But I do believe they haven't signed enough yet, and I don't think they've got a good enough team to just make it. I hope I'm wrong, because I would like to see Brighton stay up, but I just feel they just signed Davy Proper. That's the person you see in your picture there. That's a good signing, not going to lie. I know a little bit about him, not enough to really say, yeah, he's going to drive them to safety, because I don't know that to be true. But you know, we'll have to wait and see with Brighton. The next team I do believe are going to get relegated are Swansea. Now, this is an iffy one. This is, like I said, this is one of the ones where I'm saying to you, this is the 8th of August, because Swansea are in the process of selling Sigurdsson for a lot of money. Now, what they do with that money is where they're going to finish in the league for me. If they buy well, if they buy bad, you don't know. They bought Roque Mesa, I do believe it is. They have also bought Tammy Abraham in on loan. Good signings, nothing bad about them at all. But I just feel as if this might be their year where they just don't make it. Again, depending on what they do with the Sigurdsson money, or if he stays, I honestly haven't got a clue as we stand at the moment. The team just outside the relegation free, I believe, is going to be Burnley. Now, they've brought a couple of okay players. They've brought in Jack Cork, is their biggest signing for, I do believe, 10 million. They also signed, of course, Charlie Taylor from Leeds, which is a good signing. I can't deny that. He's a good left back. He's a solid left back. I haven't seen him in the Premier League to tell you that he's going to do well in the Premier League, though. I've seen him in the Championship level, where, of course, he is actually pretty darn decent. But I believe Burnley will survive, but they've got to keep hold of Andre Gray. I think that's huge. He is linked with a move to Watford, and I think Newcastle won't be interested in him as well. We'll see what happens with that one. Talking of Newcastle, they are my next team. I like Newcastle a lot. They've not done enough in this transfer window yet, and I feel as if they definitely need a few more signings. They have bought Jacob Murphy, a twin from Norwich, and he's a good signing, but is he the type of player who's going to keep you in the Premier League? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Moving on to the next team now, which is, of course, going to be Watford. I say, of course, you might disagree with me, but I believe Watford, they always have a solid team. They always have some very good players. They've brought back Nathan Chalobah, I believe, on a permanent transfer. They've also bought Will Hughes, but again, are they massive name signings compared to what your higher Premier League players teams are signing? We'll have to wait and see. But Watford in 15th. What do you guys make of that one? Next, West Brom. Now, they have signed Jay Rodriguez for excess of 12 million, I do believe. Good signing if he can stay injury-free. Very good signing for them. And, of course, the manager, Tony Pulis, always does well. And I think they'll have a solid-ish season around the 14th, 12th, 14th kind of area. These teams in the middle here are very actually difficult to base where they are, because they're all about middle-ish teams. One could overachieve, one could underachieve. You're not really basing it on anything. So I think West Brom could finish anywhere in amongst that, really. I've gone with 14th. We'll have to wait and see if that's correct or not. In 13th position, I've gone with Stoke. possibly a bit low for Stoke. They are a very, very good team. Of course, they've lost a couple of players this season. One big name being Marko Arnautovic, of course. We have brought in Kurt Zuma, of obviously a different position than Marko Arnautovic, but a very, very good player nonetheless. He's a solid centre-back. Obviously, someone Chelsea see has a future with them, because I think he just signed a new deal with them before going out on loan. That seems to happen quite often recently. But, yeah, so Kurt Zuma for Stoke, 13th. What do you make of that one? Next is going to be Crystal Palace. Now, they've not brought a lot, as you see in the picture there. That is, of course, that centre-back called Riedveld or something like that. He's a centre-back from the Dutch league. Good FIFA card, but we're basing stuff off FIFA cards. We're going to be in a bad state. But that's the only signing they've signed, as I'm aware. And they've kept hold of the likes of Benteke, Zaha, who are, you know, they're good players at Premier League level. We know that to be true. So for that reason alone, I think they'll have an okay season and finish 12th. The next team we're looking at is Bournemouth. Now, they've bought very well. I've gone with a key signing of Jermaine Defoe, and let me know what you make about that one in the comments section below. So I've bought Nathan Ake as well, which is a very, very good signing. But Defoe, for me, could be the wow factor in their team, could be the reason of them finishing higher than lower, if that makes sense. So hopefully, I like Bournemouth. We've got my Lewis Cook there from Leeds, and I hope he does really, really well. I hope he develops at that. Best manager for him to develop under, in my opinion. Eddie Howe is amazing. And I wish Bournemouth well, I really do. I hope they have a good season. 11th, is that a good season in Bournemouth's eyes anymore? Sky's the limit for a team like that. Next is going to be Leicester. Where do you put Leicester? This was the tricky one. I actually, when I was downloading the images of the badges for every Premier League team, I put 19 Premier League teams in. I couldn't think of the last one, and it was Leicester. I don't know what the hell went through my mind, but I did not think of Leicester off the top of my head. And for that reason, I don't know. I just don't know about them. They've bought a very good signing, and the guy you can see on the screen there, which is of course, I don't know how to say his name. Iheanacho. You know what I mean? The Manchester City guy for £25 million, I do believe. He also bought the likes of Abora. There's a couple of other players they've signed as well, or Harry Maguire. Good signings, to be fair. Very good signings for top money. And they could potentially be higher than that, but I've gone with 10th. Let me know in the comments section below if you disagree or agree with that. Moving on to 9th, we're going to go with Southampton, who at this stage, at the moment, have only signed one centre-back, who I don't think's fantastic. I've not really looked into him too much, but I've not put a player as a key signing, because as of yet, of course, they are linked with selling not Jose Font, what's he called? Virgil van Dijk, that's the one. And if they do sell him, of course, that comes with a lot of money, and then they go and buy their players, you would imagine. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. But I think Southampton have got enough in their squad still, and a very, very good manager as well, in Pellegrino. So hopefully they'll have a good season. We'll have to wait and see. But in 8th, I've gone for West Ham. These, for me, are the wild card this year. Of course, they have very good players in their club already, but they have signed very well. Javier Hernandez is their key signing for me, but Joe Hart just as key for me, as well as Arnautovic. They've bought some young players as well. They've got a very good manager, very good squad base already. I think they could do very well. 8th I've put them as, but who knows? Maybe they could push top 6. You have no idea. Leicester won the league. You literally don't know anymore. But these are my predictions. Like I said, don't take them seriously. Look into them your own way. Let me know in the comment section below what you agree with and disagree with. Maybe you're a fan of one of these clubs and you don't like what I've put. I'm apologising, but that is what I feel at this moment in time with the signings made and just general knowledge, really. The next team I'm going to go for is Everton, another wild card. Of course, they lost their big man, Lukaku, but what they did bring in is a lot of proven talent. You've got your likes of Pickford, maybe not proven talent, but he had a phenomenal season. Michael Keane, I think, is a very good signing in defence. Both 30 million apiece, so 60 million on them two players. Is that over the top? You don't know in this current market. Wayne Rooney is a featured player. I just don't understand how, man, you let him go on a free. Personally, he's still got the best years. Maybe not the best years. Maybe he has hit past his prime. You never know. He might rekindle that kind of couple seasons back. But he is still fantastic. Probably going to play as a striker, I would imagine, at Everton as well. His best position, so we'll see if that benefits him more. Moving on to 6th, I've gone with Liverpool. Now, I can feel the comment section below killing me right now, but I just don't know why. But even with the signing of Salah, which I think is a phenomenal signing, and the potential loss of Coutinho, we'll have to wait and see if it happens. I hope they keep hold of him personally. I like to watch Coutinho in the Premier League. If he goes to Barcelona, you can't really blame him to push that move because, you know, it's a once-in-a-lifetime move for him, potentially. But I think Liverpool in 6th. I'll put them above Everton at least, for you Liverpool fans, if you're going to kill me in the comments. But in 5th, I've gone for Arsenal again. I can feel the comment section below potentially killing me, if there is anybody down there, that is. But Lacazette is a very, very good signing for them. But Arsenal never seem to really get going. when they need to. They don't win the big games often enough, and I think we said that for a number of years now. But will they change this year? I hope so. Arsenal are actually my favourite Premier League team. Actually, just behind West Ham. I've got a little connection with West Ham, so my granddad used to support them, and he passed away a couple of years ago, so I've kind of followed West Ham, and I do hope they do well. But Arsenal were always my favourite Premier League team, while Leeds aren't in there, of course. The next team I've gone for is Spurs. Now, they haven't actually really signed anybody yet, but of course they've still got a phenomenal team. They have lost Kyle Walker, which could prove to be a big loss for them, but at the same time, Harry Kane, Eriksen, you know, you've got a very, very good attack base there, and I think they'll do plenty enough to reach top 4 personally. But will they finish above Arsenal? I've predicted the case that they have. Let me know in the comment section below what you believe. In third, I've gone for Manchester United, and that's the highest I could put Man United. I don't like Man United. I'm a Leeds fan. There's something about them which I just don't like. They don't like us. We don't like them. It's one of them kind of things. A big rivalry. But they have signed some good players, and you can't deny that. Romelu Lukaku, very good signing. The centre-back guy they bought, the Swedish guy, very, very good signing. They also linked with Gareth Bale, which would be phenomenal for them. But I still don't think they've got enough compared to the other two teams, which of course you're going to see after this, which is Chelsea and Manchester City. Which order have I put them in? You're about to find out. Boom, Chelsea in second. Debatable, very debatable. Morata, very good signing. They've also bought the likes of Bakayoko. I can't remember his name. Is it Bakayoko? I've got a rocking chair by the way, look at that. But yeah, Morata's a good signing. They have obviously lost the Community Shield or the Charity Shield, whatever you call it these days, to Arsenal, which is a, you know, is a trophy which you'd like to have, but at the same time, nobody really wants to win it. I don't know why. I would love to win it personally. It would, you know, it's an extra trophy or a shield, as it were. But the winning team, with their key signing, Manchester City. Now, I think the manager combo with the players they're signing, they're bolstering their defence massively. Walker, Mendy, Danilo. They're also linked with another fullback. They've bought Bernardo Silva. I think they're still linked with another player as well. It's just absolutely crazy at Manchester City, and I don't think they'll do anything less than take the title. That's my predictions. Do you agree, disagree? It took me a while to put this together, and I'm still looking at it now and debating. I'm thinking of moving a few teams, so I'm going to stick with that. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree or disagree. Like I said a million times already, smash a like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you next time, and bye-bye. Boo!